No, I went to Keystone's opening, I went to Eldora's opening, and I went to A-Basin's opening.
Nice.
Do Vail tomorrow. I'm going to get video of the stupid lines.
Isn't it Vail opening today?
Yeah, but I can't do both. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I figured this would be more fun, and Vail will be more lines.
Yeah.
So this is a 1.2 meter selfie stick. It's about 40 inches long. I have another one that's 3 meters. It's 10 feet.
Wow.
And I have a little hip holster, so I don't have to hold it the whole time.
Yeah.
But it'll go straight up, and I'll be able to get great video of the awful lines on a Saturday.
Well, it's awesome to be outside.
Yeah, it is.
Crowds, whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind. Well, plus there's only like 2 runs, so
right,
it's all the whole place is open. I'm not worried about it.
Yep.
I only started skiing in January. I went to Loveland to learn, and then Purgatory.
Really?
Purgatory is a partner, and they had great terrain for because they have rollers. It's like hill, flat, hill, flat. So it's great for getting confidence to get a little speed going. And,
right.
I improved skill there. I did my first black run by accident. Yeah. So this is my 13th mountain now.
Nice. Good for you. Yeah, I've taught skiing for 24 years.
Oh, sweet.
Seasons, I should say.
I'm still having trouble getting my feet together and getting that balance because, you know, when you're wedging, you have balance on the uphill ski, and I need to stop that. I had an instructor that said 1 foot ski. Basically, as you do your turn, just lift all the pressure off the uphill ski, and that's what I've been doing to try to get that feel. And and then just bring it in.
When you first learned to ski, did they teach a wedge?
Yeah.
See, I don't teach a wedge. I teach direct to parallel because the problem is once you...
There you go. You get used to it. You get used to that feel.
When people... I don't know why they do it because we do not need to teach a wedge anymore with the shaped skis.
Right.
Because it's all about putting them on edge. As you turn, obviously you turn...
And if you keep your feet together, they'll work. But if they're apart, they don't.
Bingo.
What is your opinion? Because the ski instructor said it used to be, you know, because I was watching everybody on the mountain, I asked him, I said, it looks like everybody's boots are almost touching when they're in their turns.
They should be touching.
Yeah, and he was like, well, the new school says about shoulder width apart. I don't see anybody doing that.
No. Well, the problem is because we all learned to ski like this when we had straight skis, but if you see
they're almost touching.
The tips and the tails are going to clatter.
Yeah.
So that's why right about here,
so
maybe a titch tucked in.
Couple boot widths apart, maybe.
Yeah.
But not a shoulder.
And it's okay to diverge, you know, once in a while. But the problem is, I see people do this, and they're hitting the skis, and you're not going to be able to get them on edge as well if you got them a little bit further apart.
Interesting.
And that's why, like, when I teach skiing, especially anybody, it doesn't matter if they're kids, but we do an exercise on the flats where we jump up and land, and you land in like an athletic stance.
Yeah, I wish they adopt more jumping because that'll give you the confidence to land and not.
That's why I like the rollers and jumping because that natural landing stance is kind of the stance you want to ski on. So,
but yeah, trying to get the feet closer together, and I'm feeling it time by time. In your opinion, how long does it normally take the average student to get there where they're doing full parallel and not wedging at all anymore?
Well, I can get them going in 2 to 3 hours on full parallel turns. But if they were taught a wedge,
then it's harder.
It can take 20 hours.
Yeah.
Because once you have that body mechanic, the body remembers stuff, right? So Blake, you ever see a guy at Blake? He's got a mohawk. He's kind of back in the 80s, he was like a really big deal. He was always on the cover of Ski Magazine and stuff. But anyways, he always said, he goes, the most important turn is the last turn. And even like when you're standing in line, so you'll see people like doing this when they're in line. I never ever use a wedge. I'll get on my edges and stand to the side or whatever, but I stay away from this as humanly possible because your muscle memory remembers this stuff.
I was noticing that in line that people were basically parallel sliding down, and I started to try to emulate that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I'd had you as an instructor instead. Oh well.
It's never too late.
No, I just need to unlearn the balancing. It feels like an outrigger, like I'm cheating. Because I can rip down a hill. I did 45 miles an hour at Loveland on a really nicely groomed one, and I can usually hit 40 unless it's really bumpy.
Yep.
But I'm in a minor wedge the whole time, and I'm using, my uphill ski is being used for balance rather than edge control, so I can't really slow down with it much. So on a blue, I'm fine. I find I can dig in pretty deep, and I can slow down. Even going 35, I can affect my speed. But on a black, that's the problem. It's just too steep, and if you don't have both edges engaged, you're going to go out of control.
Well, and here's the real thing you're going to care about over time is
So it's all going to be down that way.
any wedge whatsoever is
Yeah,
really
pretty
hard
much
on
I've
your
just hit
knees.
4
And if you want to ski the mountains day after day,
And not wear yourself out.
yeah, you got to get out of that wedge and ski full parallel.
Yeah.
Because that's why I mean a lot of
It's
people
mostly
that are
the
like,
steepness
oh,
of
I'm a
it.
great skier.
It's not so
I
much
you
that,
know, do
like,
double
a
blacks, and I
green,
say,
it's usually just a little
yeah,
steep.
but can you do that 2-3 days in a row?
Okay.
And you're like, well, no, like my knees are shot or my body's shot. And it's like,
Yeah.
you could do 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row if you have the right body mechanics. Because even the best skiers, a lot of them don't have the full correct body mechanics.
Yeah, I see that in a lot of YouTube videos where they'll
We
you
both
know,
got our
pick
jobs in Oklahoma.
details out of somebody's form.
Yep.
It's useful to know what works better than other
And
things.
I work for
Yep.
Oakley now.
So that just
I'm a-
millimeters all the time constantly matter.
Mm-hmm.
The other,
No,
this is
no.
pretty advanced, but like when
No,
you
I mean, you're
ski,
kind of sponsored because
you always want to have
Right,
like
it is
2
nice.
fists between your
Exactly,
knees,
that's the
basically
nice
like
part,
your
right?
knees
I'm like, at
apart.
least if I'm
If your
not
knees
gonna
ever
be
come
really good at
together,
race
that's
mode.
That's
red
better.
flag.
everyone's
But
like,
here's the key. So if I'm trying to
right?
tip
Yeah.
here,
I think
then
you
tip.
can shit.
Now it's a microsecond.
Yeah, yeah.
So like
Yeah,
if you
see,
watch me,
right,
you could
that's-
probably
that's my
even barely
tactic.
notice, but it's tip. Instead of 99% of people tip this and they bring this one for the ride. The expert skiers, what they're doing is they're putting
It's
this
sweaty.
one on edge first
It's
and this on
Saturday.
edge first.
Interesting.
Where are you working?
And again, those tiny little things.
Yeah, little things like that.
Breckenridge. I live over in
Awesome.
Georgetown.
Oh, cool.
See if I can apply some of that to my
Yeah.
technique today.
Well, when I tell people that, it freaks them out. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
But
I felt that.
have fun with it.
I felt that a few times when I'm trying to like get more into the parallel, and
Yeah.
I've actually got the
That is
slide
one
on
of the
15, 20% grade is no problem. But I felt the imbalance before, and it's like I feel like I'm almost going to go over. I don't fall much though.
Get a free drink.
It's rare for me. I fell once today, and it's because I didn't get the binding correctly. I got about 100 feet from the building, and I just slipped out of the toe. I'm like, what happened? It's like,
Well, don't ever be afraid to feel like you're going to fall, because that means you're pushing yourself
It's
in your
Friday
comfort
night,
zone.
so-
yeah, that's good.
So I always tell my students, like,
Yeah, I'm only
falling's actually good because you're
Well, I
pushing
don't know
yourself
what
in your comfort
Blackhouse
zone.
Hospital
Obviously, you
as
don't
far
want
as
to do that,
nightlife
like,
goes.
Don't want to do it too
or
often.
whatever like
Right,
that.
right.
But you know, that's
know
where
it's prevalent.
a lot of my instructing is on flat to like
Okay,
very
go
low
that
grade
way.
greens and stuff. But that's
Well,
where
you-
That's when you can
do
focus on the
stuff like
technique.
this, because then if you do this and da 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 and you fall over, no big deal.
Yeah, it's 5 miles an hour.
Like Cobar and
You don't want to do it at 20.
No,
Ollie's.
no, because then you might go
Those are
tumbling, especially if their binding
Super
doesn't
fun
pop
'cause they
out.
have
Yeah,
cool
it's
things.
nearly
A lot of
impossible to
like
really
all the
learn,
work
even
you
on
do
this stuff right here. It's got to be really on the flats and the really low grade green as well.
Y'all
to
seem
learn
kind of
how to-
young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a
24.
problem with a lot of the ski schools and a lot of this
Yeah.
stuff, and just
A little retirement
students in general. Like, I want to get up there and go. And
Yeah,
it's
that looks fun. Let me do that.
yeah, don't disagree. We'll get there, but trust me, for every hour we spend on the flats, you're gonna have way more fun up
Right,
here.
that's what
There's
I'm
plenty of time to get to the steeper stuff.
That makes sense.
Alright,
Yeah, I was in kind of a hurry. I wanted to go up on the more exciting terrain. It's like, no, we're going to stay here because this is the, where we can teach you the technique rather
Yeah,
than
exactly.
you're not trying to go fast right now. You're trying to learn how to position your feet.
Yeah, with adults I keep them because they can know and get it. With the little kids, I'll be like, okay, whatever. And
Yeah.
I'll hold them or ski them down just because I want them to love skiing and come back.
Sure, that makes sense.
What's your name?
Lagarto,
Lagarto, Patrick.
pleasure to meet
Meet you,
you.
man.
I'll throw this video on YouTube if you don't mind.
Yeah, have fun with it. Yeah, I was watching. There's somebody that was posting also opening day on A Basin and Keystone. It was fun to watch. It's really cool that you're able to do this.
Yeah, I have some videos of there too. In fact, they were getting some good play. My A-Bay one got 1,000 hits. So
Nice.
if you look for Lagarto on YouTube, you'll find me. What's your last name so I can put it in the video?
Donohue.
Donohue.